Hohem sent me out their iSteady M6 mobile gimbal. About 9 months ago, this thing launched and quickly became the best mobile gimbal on the market. And if you haven't purchased it to now, then good on you, because there are a ton of deals going on this thing right now. And with 2024 literally a week away, should you buy this now or should you wait until maybe after CES to determine if you're going to get this or the next variation? If you buy the iSteady M6 kit today, this is pretty much what it comes with and what it looks like. It's going to come in this hard case here, and it's going to come with a few things. The iSteady M6 itself, it's going to be tucked nice and neatly away inside of this pouch here. The tripod here as well, which allows you to sit this on a desk or, floor, whatever, your situation is. And it's going to come with two cables. It's going to come with this USB-C to USB-C cable, and that is basically for charging your phone as a reverse charge from the gimbal, because you can charge your phone with that. Now, the interesting thing is that this doesn't come with a lightning to USB-C cable. So I don't know if they were already aware that iPhone was going to be making a switch, or if that's just something they're forcing you to buy. This case itself, close this up, is nice. Makes it really easy to travel with, and it makes it really easy to pack this up and put it away. If you were to buy that right now on Amazon, the gimbal by itself is $125 after a current discount that they have. But what we're looking at is the M6 kit. The M6 kit comes with the magnetic AI field light and tracker. This changes this gimbal to one of the best on the market to potentially the best mobile gimbal on the market for a cell phone. So let's say that you can't get the M6 kit yet, and you're going to start with just the gimbal. I would definitely suggest that you pick up the remote control. The remote control gives you a lot of functionality from a distance without having to touch the gimbal directly. Now, it's nowhere near as nice as the AI magnetic fill light, but it is a step in the right direction of having some remote control of your gimbal. Let's start off by talking about the remote. Using the remote isn't as straightforward as it would seem. So you have your mode button right there in the middle, which is your heart-shaped button in the middle. Your up and down can either be used as zoom, or it can be used as your tilt of the camera there. On your left-hand side down at the bottom, you have your trigger button to play or to start and stop recording. It also switches between photo and video mode. And then on the right side there, if you tap it 3 times, it changes it to Inception mode, 2 times resets it. 1 tap is unclear. I haven't been able to get consistent action when using that. But going back to the actual camera itself, if I give it 3 taps, 1, 2, 3, that puts me in Inception mode. And it starts to do the Inception mode of the camera. We'll get to that in a little bit. 2 taps brings us back to this mode. If I hold the mode button down until it goes blue, now you can control your zoom. And if I hold the mode button down again until it goes blue, now I can control the tilt axis. So the remote gives it a lot more functionality that I definitely think that you should and can take advantage of if you can't afford to get the entire M6 kit, which comes with the AI magnetic fill light and AI tracker. Okay, now we're in kind of interesting territory, because now we have the AI magnetic fill light attached. Now this changes this gimbal until an entirely new machine. This is what makes this the top potential gimbal on the market for mobile content creation and just using your cell phone to make some cool stuff, right? Now the AI gimbal is pretty simple to use, but one very underrated and under talked about feature about the AI gimbal is that it attaches both directions. At any given moment, I can switch this and change that AI gimbal to face the other direction. And what does that mean? What makes that significant? I'm not locked into using the front camera in order to capture my content. I can now use the more competent rear camera to lock into the AI features. And so with that being said, we're going to switch here. So now we're using the AI tracker to track using the best camera. So now that we have that set to the actual camera, you're gonna see, now get an idea of what it looks like when it's moving around and when it's tracking me. And so we're gonna zoom out here so we can see the gimbal in action. And we're gonna see the gimbal follow me around and get good footage while using. Now there is one caveat to this, is that you can't move entirely too quickly or it will lose you. And if it loses your face behind an object, you see the green light goes off. Now sometimes, depending on how fast you come back, it will find you again and it will capture you and start to track you again. But if you're missing, or you're, a large part of your body is missing for a long time, it's hard for it to get back and track. So if it loses you for a while, it found me there, how you doing? But again, if you get all the way behind an object, it can lose you. And you have to find your way back to the front of the camera and say, hey, here I go again. I'm right here, come follow me. And then it will pick you up. Oh, it lost me again behind the object. There we go, there we go. Now it found me. And so that's the interesting thing about this, is that it can lose you if you get behind an object, but for the most part, it's pretty good. And I've used this countless different ways over the last month, whether it is in the kitchen, making some food, and just seeing how many different ways can you use this gimbal and this AI tracking, or my son playing around in the dining room study area, playing mini hoop basketball, seeing if it would track him. One of the cool features about the AI within the Hohem M6 is that you don't actually have to use the actual Hohem application. In fact, you can use a lot of different third-party applications in order to capture your video, even with the AI tracking. So I can still turn on AI tracking and still capture, even though I'm using the basic iPhone camera, I'm still getting that full Hohem experience in regards to the gimbal, because the AI tracking is not tied to the application, although the application really helps the AI gimbal in making the experience of the user interface as simple as possible. But using the AI tracker, I can use even the iPhone camera without losing any of the functionality from the AI features within the Hohem iSteady M6 gimbal. I think there's a lot to think about on whether or not you should purchase this now, between right now and CES going into Q1 of 2024. That's roughly like 5 months of time that can pass before there may be an update to this. And depending on if you're using this for personal use or professional use, if it's professional use, can you wait 5 months before you make the purchase to have a tool like this? If it's personal use, does this cover enough of what you would use it for in order to justify making the purchase now? I always say, when you're kind of at the precipice of the next model, if you can think of a feature that is so good that you need so bad that it would absolutely kill you if it showed up on the next model, then I would say wait. But if you can't off the top of your head, I think you should go ahead and buy it, because sometimes 5 months of not having a tool is worse than having to buy another tool 5 months later. And that's just my opinion, because you can always sell and get some money back, but that's kind of me coming from a professional, I'm going to use this for YouTube content and things like that. But Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I didn't cover a lot of intricate details on how to use it because there's so many guides out there of how to use this. I really wanted to make sure that I was able to provide enough information to help you make this decision if you should purchase it now or later. If you're new to the channel and you like today's content, consider joining the Cozy Coalition and hitting the subscribe button below. But as always, stay cozy in that crazy world, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.